guys, welcome to TCR. Sid here. Thanks for clicking on the video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Today we're going to talk about onions bolting or going to flower, why and what to do about it. I'm caressing it.
Okay guys, let's talk about onions bolting and why onions bolt.
They have a fear of commitment.
They do actually, and it also has to do with them maturing, kind of like some animals, like those doggone birds over there. Like we have some birds like quail that will mature and start laying eggs again in like 8 weeks. And then we have those peacocks that take years, right? Biennial plants are very similar. So let's talk about biennial plants and what that means. Carrots, collards, beets, kale, onions. What happens is this plant needs to live one full season. At the end of its second season, it's going to produce seeds. Every now and then, something goes wrong. And that's what happened to me this year. Something went wrong. I have onions that are in their first season. I planted them in the fall, and they're bolting right now. They're going to seed. And this is a bad thing. When your onions go to seed, you're gonna reduce the quality of the onion itself. The bulb is gonna stop growing at that point. There's no point in leaving it in the ground. Plus the stalk that the flower is growing on goes down through the center of the bulb, and it's going to begin to kind of wooden up in there, and it's gonna degrade the quality of it beyond that the longer you let it go. It's also going to affect the shelf life now of the onion. There's a whole bunch of reasons you don't want your onions to bolt, but let's talk about what caused these onions to bolt and see if we can prevent you guys and us next season from having this same mistake. So how does an onion know that a season has gone by and we're now in a second season? Well, the length of day, or actually in reality it's length of darkness, but we're not going to get into that science. And then temperatures affect the plant. It puts all this together and works it all out in its super incredible brain that it doesn't have, and it decides what to do based on that. Now, there are other stress factors. If the plant thinks that it's in danger and it's not going to make it, overwatering, underwatering, not enough of certain types of nutrients or micronutrients.
Its mother-in-law is visiting.
That'll do it every time. I'm bolting if my mother-in-law is visiting. So there are a lot of things that can cause these onions to bolt, but in my case, I actually know what happened because I know my soil, I know my water, what I know is I got onion sets instead of onion seeds. A lot of you guys do the same thing. I started everything in my garden this year from seed except those onions. I actually ordered onion sets online from Dixondale. It's not their fault. I'm saying their name because I actually like them and I'm gonna use them again next year. But the onion sets that I got, I actually sorted through them and picked the largest of the onion sets and planted those in the box where the onions are bolting, and the smaller of the onion sets I planted out in the field. Oddly enough, it's the ones that were the largest onion sets that are bolting. Now, curious. Are you curious? Do you have to wonder
I'm at
why?
the edge of my seat right now.
Okay, so here's what's going on. The younger the onion set, the smaller that onion set is when you put it out into the soil, the better. Think about that. Doesn't make sense, but it totally makes sense. And here's why. because as the onion starts to get a little bit more mature, it starts now to kind of pattern the weather and the day nights, okay? When it's super young, it doesn't even pay attention to that at all.
It doesn't look both ways when it crosses the street, nothing.
Right. It's just, your typical
out there, living its
3-year-old,
life, yeah.
right? So what's going on is I took these larger onion sets that were more in tune with the weather and length of days, and I put them out in the fall. Now, this is the first time that I've put them out in the fall. I normally start my onions here in zone 9 in the spring, and they always do amazing. And I was doing some research last year about starting onions in the fall and having them ready in the spring and starting more in the spring. And I thought, I'm doing that. Why wouldn't I do that? Well, here's why I wouldn't do that, at least not this year. Because I started them in the fall with the larger, more mature onion sets, and then we got kind of an early cold spell. Then what happened this winter was we had a warm spell that was early, not even spring. It was in January, like we were leaving the windows open. We had a couple of pool days, but then we had another cold snap where we were, and it snowed and hailed, and we were burning wood because I started those more mature sets that were more in tune with the weather patterns and length of day patterns in the fall. And then we had this really strange winter. They think right now that they're in their second season. They don't have a calendar. They're not counting days. They're going through weather patterns and length of day cycles. Now, in this case, I've got a short day variety, so the length of day isn't really an issue. It's those weather patterns. I have onions that are going to seed right now, and I know why. So I know how to hopefully avoid it next year, and I'm hoping that we can give you guys some information that helps you avoid it next year and helps you understand what's causing your onions to go to seed and what to do if they do go to seed. Get them out of the ground and get them into the kitchen ASAP, because the longer they stay there while they're going out to seed is bad juju. There's no bueno. It's not all right. You understand me? You gotta take them out and eat them right now.
That's a lot, dude.
God! The bee?
Yeah, it was on my head.
Oh no, there's no bee on your head.
There was, I heard it.
Yeah, it's not there. You're not afraid of bees, you're only afraid of ants.
No, I'm afraid of bees as well.
Okay, well.
I'm not afraid. I just don't want to be like caressed.
Pretend it's a spider and move on.
I'm not crazy about spiders either, but I can manage them. What are you doing? Why are you putting your finger in the thing?
Trying to figure out how I got my finger in the thing
You weren't
last
paying
time.
attention. Okay, that's Michael. You're gonna get fingerprints on the thing.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
You're exhausting. Okay. Did you see that?
I saw it. It was a bee.
It was B. Okay.
Well, go ahead and knock this intro out before they all come back in force.
What do I say?
Welcome to Crouch Ranch.
Oh yeah.
Take a bite out of it. Like parsley, huh?
Just a handsome boy. Hi. You gonna come back for love? Aw, I don't have a treat for you. I know, but I have love for you. I have love for you. Yeah. I know you like that spot scratched. I know you do. I know you do, handsome. Horsey kisses. Horsey kisses.